It's a story you'll see only on CBS 12 News. The FBI is warning teens and their families about a steep climb in what they call online sextortion, a troubling scam targeting thousands of children nationwide, mostly teenage boys.
They're aggressive and they're coming after him like a virtual terrorist, targeting children.
It starts innocently enough, usually in a game or app where the teenager feels comfortable.
Criminal pretends to be another teenager who befriends the victim, then manipulates them into sharing those explicit photos. That's when they demand money or publicly release those compromising photos to the public.
CBS 12's Lily Ortiz is here now with the latest from the FBI and a warning from one local family.
A 15-year-old boy shares intimate images with a girl he met online. But the person on the other end is actually a predator out to blackmail him. I sat down with him and his mother, and we are hiding their identity as their case is still active. But they're telling their story, hoping to protect others from these criminals.
Teenagers, they are smart, but they don't understand how much smarter and how much slicker and swifter that these predators online are.
This Palm Beach County mom says her son thought he was talking with a pretty girl he met on Instagram.
He thought he asked all the right questions to make sure that he was talking to someone his age and someone that, that he can relate to, not thinking it was going to be anything like this.
Their friendly conversations turned intimate, then controlling.
They kept trying to peer pressure me into sending stuff to them.
He was coerced into sending sexually explicit images of himself. So when did it get to that point that you thought to yourself, wait a minute, this is dangerous?
They said if I don't pay them, they will send it to the people on my Instagram, like the people I follow, or my school.
They're aggressive and they're coming after him for money, and they're telling him to do whatever he has to do to get this money to them. And they gave him a PayPal account where he was supposed to send the money.
The FBI identifies this as sextortion, a fast-growing crime spreading across the internet that victimized at least 3,000 teens nationwide last year, primarily boys ages 14 to 17. They believe there are likely many more victims who never come forward.
We've had victims as young as 7 years old. So you're dealing with kids that are very trusting. They're trying to, again, form those relationships and friendships. They want to be popular.
FBI Supervisory Special Agent Sean Matthews says teens using any online forum, from gaming platforms to social media apps, are at risk.
Kids are highly connected now, right? We live in a very connected world. And so there's all kinds of areas of exposure as a result of that.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says sextortion is one of the primary dangers kids face online right now.
They want that child to be in constant fear that they're going to be exposed, that they are going to be embarrassed when these exploiters share this image if they don't comply.
Victim advocate Callahan Walsh has seen an increase in these calls to their tip line here in Lake Park. Teen victims who feel like there is no way out. Fear and shame, which can have tragic consequences.
We've seen over a dozen young boys commit suicide because they were victims of sextortion. They were driven to it. And so it's just something that parents need to be aware that this danger exists, it's rising rapidly, and we need to empower our children to make safe and smart decisions.
Arrests in these cases are rare. Suspects often operate overseas, from Russia to Western Africa. This family has been on pins and needles for 2 months, waiting for answers, and the photos are still out there.
There's no jurisdiction for them to go any further to find a criminal that's targeting children and being sort of like what I would call like a virtual terrorist, targeting children.
Yet there is hope for justice, according to the FBI.
There's been numerous prosecutions throughout the country where we've located these offenders and prosecuted them. There is success.
Palm Beach County Victim Services says the most important message here is to make sure your kids know they can talk to you even about something as difficult as this.
Keep an open line of communication with your children. It's something that you need to start early as possible, about what is out there on the internet.
Don't be afraid to talk to anybody. Talk to an adult.
In any case, where you make a mistake, your family's still going to be there for you. We're still going to love you. We're still going to support you. And we're not going to leave you to handle something like this on your own.
There are free resources to help victims navigate this scary situation, from the FBI to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can find them right on our homepage at cbs12.com.